Okay, good morning, all of you. So we will start with the lecture. I'll tell you what you will do in the lab after this particular lecture. So we will try to finish as much as possible with the sixth module, and then I will start with module 3 and 4 in this week itself, so that we can finish it before the semester end. So here we will study about, we had already started with the link budget analysis in last lecture. We had seen how do I consider the or what aspects do I consider when I select the fiber, how what aspects or how I select the source or how I select the optical detector, photo detector. So there's some parameters I had listed. Today we will just again study a little bit about each of them. So we will finish up how I design a system, and then we will actually start with the system designing. So the objective is we will be studying about the various link budgets. So we have two budgets, the power budget and the rise time budget. Okay, so what is the link power budget? So there is enough power margin in the system to meet the given BER. See, we have the transmitted power, and then once I transmit that power, I receive that power. Now, in this journey from the transmitter to receiver, I have various connectors, splices. Okay, then the cable losses are there. So due to each presence of each component, there is some power loss which is taking place. Okay, plus I need to keep some power margin for the component aging, for the variation in temperature, and so on. So apart from the transmitted power and the received power, I should, and all the losses that are taking place, so the power loss is taking place, I should keep some extra power. Remember, I had told you when I was giving the home budget, okay, I have to save some money, like then later on if somebody falls sick, or if there is some function, I need to spend money on that particular function, because functions are not planned every month. Okay, so those are something extra. So I need to keep some extra money. We cannot do a cut to cut budgeting. Okay, so when we are thinking of a link power budget, there should be enough power margin in the system to meet the given bit error rate. Once I do the power budgeting, then I design the system. You have selected the component, you have selected the fiber, the transmitter, the receiver. Then I have to do a rise time budget analysis. So what I do in rise time budget analysis, I have to check the response of the system. So each element of the link is fast enough to meet the given bit rate. Okay, so here there should be a power margin to meet the given bit rate, and then I should take into account the delay and the other aspect. So either I call it as a delay, or I say that the link should be fast enough to meet the given bit rate. So here when I'm calculating the rise time budget, it is actually the system timing. Okay, so there we had studied all the modal dispersion, modal delay, chromatic delay, okay, polarization, delay due to polarization mode dispersion. So there, all those delay aspects we need to consider to calculate the rise time budget. Okay, so from here, if not a short note is asked, a numerical is asked on this particular topic. Last time in the university subjective end semester exam, a numerical on rise time budget came in the paper. Okay, so this time also one question definitely will be there. So either short note hai, so you can write many things, because you can pour down your entire knowledge of fiber optics in the system design. And for numerical, actually it is very small, but the weightage is more. So try to write little bit elaborately in the numericals. The numericals are just addition, subtraction, and multiplication. No big formulas are required. So you need to understand what actually you are doing. Okay, and 3-4 numericals are rotating around, and out of those 3-4 numericals, any one of the numerical is asked in the paper. Okay, so let us see the system design consideration. So in the link power budget analysis, one first determines the power margin between the optical transmitter and the minimum receiver sensitivity needed to establish a specific bit rate. So that power margin, what I can do is I can allocate to connectors, splices, fiber loss, plus additional margin required for possible component degradation, some impairment in the time transmission line, and the temperature effects. Okay, So this is how actually, it's not about a fiber optics design for any microwave or satellite communication. This is how you can design a margin. Now, once the link power budget has established, so first, out of power budget and the rise time budget analysis, first we will do the power budget analysis. Once you finish the power budget analysis, then you can perform a rise time analysis to ensure that the desired overall system performance has been met. So if somebody asks you, pehla kaun sa budgeting karoge, power budget ya time budget? So the power budgeting you have to do first, because once you do the power budget means all the components and design of your network is fixed. Kya kya components tumne dale hain. Okay. Then once, so the power budgeting is over, then you do the rise time budget analysis. So the rise time budget analysis, it actually gives you the overall system performance, the response of your entire system. Okay. So I want to do a power budgeting. So what is the first thing that you will do as a system designer? So the first thing you will decide is at what wavelength you want to transmit. Okay, so that is the first thing, whether you will work at the first optical window, second optical window, third optical window. So when I know that I have to start the link power budget analysis first, so first thing I need to decide is the wavelength. So once I decide that wavelength, okay, I want to transmit at 1310 nanometer, then I will select the receiver, I will select the transmitter, I will select the fiber, which works in that particular wavelength. So first I select the wavelength, then I choose components that operate in this particular region. Okay, now how will you decide the wavelength? Mera man hua 1310. Or somebody says, no, I will work at 850 nanometer. I will work, somebody says, I will work at 550 nanometer. Is this a random thing that I will select out of these? Because I don't have much option. I have only these 3 optical windows. So how will you decide the wavelength? Okay, so if the distance over which the data are to be transmitted is not too far, okay, we may decide to operate in the 800 to 900 nanometer wave region. See, why we went from 850 to 1310 to 1550 nanometer wavelength, because we saw that attenuation was increasing over distance, and that attenuation was less at higher wavelength. So that's why we thought of increasing the wavelength. But suppose you are designing a system where the distance is not too far, means all the components are nearby, concentrated in one particular area. So then you can decide to operate at the first optical window, 850 to 900 nanometer. Okay, so your distance between where you want to communicate, that will decide your wavelength. Randomly, you will not decide your wavelength, because see, if I select higher wavelengths, components at higher wavelength, it is all going to be costly. But suppose if you are selecting 1550 nanometer or chote se area mein you are going to do your transmission, then actually that investment is not right, because I could have gone for a cheaper component which is operating at a lower wavelength. Okay, so on the other hand, if the transmission distance is relatively long, so and at longer wavelength, what we know, the attenuation and dispersion losses are less. So if you are actually having the system which is spread over a wide distance, then you will go for 1310 or 1550 nanometer wavelength. Okay, so how, first thing, you will select your wavelength. How you select your wavelength? Based on your distance of transmission. Smaller distance, you will go for 850 first optical window. Longer distance, you might go with either 1310 or 1550 nanometer wavelength. Okay, then I have decided the wavelength. Now we have to select the receiver, the transmitter, and optical fiber. So as discussed in the previous class, what we will do is we choose the characteristic of 2 of these out of the receiver, transmitter, and fiber. First, we select 2 of them, and then we compute the parameters of the third to see whether the performance is proper or not. So first what we will do is we will select the photo detector. So the receiver component is the one which we will see because my customer is at the receiver end. Okay, so customer ko kitna power requirement chahiye? How many numbers of customers are there? Okay, so at the receiver, I should be able to satisfy that particular customer. So I first select the photo detector. Then I choose an optical source, and then I can see how far the data can be transmitted over a particular fiber and before an amplifier is needed. Usually we don't try to use an amplifier because optical amplifiers are very costly. Okay, so first I select the photo detector, then I select the optical source. Okay, now let us discuss, even though you have not studied photo detector, but we will discuss some of the points how you select the photo detector. So first you select the photo detector. Abhi photo detectors ke andar bhi two types hai. So these names you have seen many times. So PIN photo detector and avalanche photo detector. So these are the two photo detectors which are there. Like in a source, we have LED and laser. So out of LED and laser, which one will you select? It's not always I will select a laser only because laser le liya to all problems will be solved. It is not like that. Okay. PIN avalanche photo detector both has their own advantage and disadvantage. So in choosing a particular photo detector, what we mainly need to determine is the maximum optical power that must fall on the photo detector to satisfy the bit error rate. So in making this choice, the designer also need to take into account any design cost, complexity, constraint. If I choose a pin photo detector, I have to accordingly design the drive circuitry because that photo detector has to be biased. Okay, I have to apply the biasing condition. So my biasing design should not be complex. So मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कि पिन का ड्राइव सर्किटरी is more complicated या APD का more complicated है. Okay, so and finally the cost of the design, that cost matters a lot. So if I want to compensate on cost, I will go for pin photo detector. If I'm ready to spend, okay, I will go with an avalanche photo detector. But with avalanche photo detector, the circuit complexity will be more because some characteristics are there which we will be seeing in these two slides. So suppose I select a pin photo detector. So if I want to keep my design simple, I don't want to go for a complicated design. See, dekho, just remember, we have just two options. Either I have a pin photo detector or I have an APD, avalanche photo detector. So suppose I want to go for a simple design, then I will select a pin photo detector because the receiver is simpler. It is more stable with respect to change in temperature. Okay, so compared to avalanche and pin photo detector, pin detector is stable. Its characteristics remain stable with temperature variation also. So if you are working in a region where there is huge temperature fluctuation, better to go with a pin photo detector rather than an avalanche photo detector. Okay, so simpler circuit agar chahiye, more stable operation with respect to change in temperature, I will go with the pin photo detector. Also less expensive. If I want to go for a less expensive component, so then also I will go with a pin photo detector. So these 3 points already we will study photo detector in some of the chapters. Okay, so some little bit of introduction of pin already is there. So what are the, if suppose comparison with pin avalanche photo detector and pin photo detector comes. So 3 points directly are present over here. The receiver design is simpler. It is more stable with respect to change in temperature and it is less expensive. Okay. Now, so from these 3 points, we feel कि designer को और क्या चाहिए? ये चीज तीनों चीज तो चाहिए. But okay, so here what the last sentence is saying, the advantage of a pin photo detector may be overruled by the increased sensitivity of an avalanche photodiode. Okay, so avalanche photodiode, even though we have not studied, but avalanche word, you know, sudden increase in the output. Okay, so avalanche breakdown ho jata hai. So what happens in avalanche is, avalanche photodiode is, suppose see what is finally a photodetector doing. Light is falling on the photodetector, and according to the light falling or the photons falling on the photodetector, it is converting into equivalent electrical signal, means current. Okay, photo current, that is what we are talking about. Okay, so suppose if the light has traveled through the transmitter, through all the transmission medium, and when it reaches the photodetector, suppose that the power is very small. So if at that time I am using a pin photodetector, it won't be able to sense that much power, because we are saying in this sentence that the sensitivity of pin photodetector is less. Now, what happens in avalanche photodetector is, even if a small portion of light is falling on the photodetector, what will happen due to this avalanche phenomena? It will multiply and I will get a very high output. So if suppose you feel that my signal has attenuated, and or it will be attenuated on reaching the receiver, then I can go with the avalanche photodiode. Then comes, how do I select the source? So I hope some points are clear about how you are selecting the photodetector. So if low power level is there at the receiver, I will go with, just a moment. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, now coming to the source. So after the photodetector, the second component that I select is how the source. Okay, so we have two sources usually, the LED and the laser. So when I am deciding whether I want to choose between LED and laser, so what are the things that I need to consider is signal dispersion, the transmission distance, and the cost. Okay, so these are the three things that I will look into when I am selecting the source. Okay, so the system parameters which are involved in selection of a source are these three ones: signal dispersion, transmission distance, and cost. Okay, now coming to the spectral width of a laser source compared to a LED source. So suppose I have the source. So your laser has a narrower spectral width. You have seen this already, but still I am explaining again. Okay, so laser has a narrower spectral width and LED has a broader spectral width. Okay, so which one will you go for? Can you tell me? This is the laser one and this is LED. Students, tell me which one will you go for, LED, a broader spectral width or a narrower spectral width? Yes? You will go for a broader spectral width or a narrower spectral width? Some answers from your end. I hope you are there at the other end. You will go for a signal which is having or a source which is having a narrower spectral width or a wider spectral width. We have discussed this many times earlier also, right from first chapter. Randomly name something, you can be wrong. Don't just stay mute. See, I will not give attendance. वैसे भी आज 29 students ही है. So if you are not answering, like, it goes a waste. If you are just logged in and you're reading for your interview, please log off and read for your interview. That is still better. But just logging in for attendance and remaining mute, like, I can understand better that the placement is going on and you require to prepare. Out of all the teachers, I know the condition. But then that doesn't mean कि तुम log in करके रख दोगे एक device से and then just for attendance sake. Attendance anyways we will be giving you. Yes, Shantanu, what you were telling?
Narrower.
You will go for a narrow spectral wave. What about others? You want a narrow spectral width or a wider spectral width? You will go with this one or this one. Tell me. Ankit.
Narrow.
Narrow. Okay. So 2 answers I got. So we will go for a narrow spectral width because jitna narrow hoga, see, this is all the spectral components. Even if I say 1550 nanometer or 1550, round off hai. Uske around wavelength I will be taking around. So suppose I have 59, तो 1559 अगर इधर पे है, okay, so I will have a spectra of these wavelengths, and we have seen that these spectra, okay, they travel at a different velocity, and that's why again we have pulse broadening. So if I go with an LED has a wider spectral width, means more spectral components, and again each spectral components will again travel at a different velocity. So again the pulse spread will be more if I go with a laser. So I will obviously go with the source which has a narrow spectral width. So considering the spectral width, if I consider LED and laser, I will definitely go with a laser. Okay, so the spectral width of laser output is much narrower than that of an LED. Laser diode, it couples 10 to 15 dB more optical fiber into the optical power into the fiber than a LED. So coupling of power from the laser to the LED is also better compared is better, मतलब laser is better compared to LED. अगर यहाँ पे मेरा source है और यहाँ पे मेरा छोटा सा fiber है, just 12 micrometer diameter, okay, so laser generates a highly directive radiation pattern, so I can couple the light. But in case of a LED, this is not having highly directive emission pattern. So with this emission pattern of an LED, and here is my fiber, you can see that not all light which is generated by the LED I can couple into the fiber. Okay, this is the case. It has the directional directivity of this beam. So this is coherent and this is non-coherent LED. Okay, so you have studied about coherent emission pattern and non-coherent emission pattern. So laser में coherent emission pattern hai, so the coupling of light from the source to the fiber is more. In LED we have non-coherent emission pattern. Okay, and also the effective area is more of the effective area of the radiation pattern is more. So again light will be lost and very less amount of light will be coupled into the fiber. So considering the coupling of power, again laser is better compared to LED. Then if I am selecting a laser, I have greater repeater-less transmission distance. If I'm using an LED for transmission, I have to include repeaters often. If I'm selecting a laser, that repeater distance increases. So again, laser is beneficial. Okay, so laser ka spectral width narrow hai, coupling of power is more, the repeater distance also is more when I'm selecting a laser compared to an LED. Okay, disadvantage and lower dispersion capability. Okay, so dispersion, since I'm having a narrow spectral width, the dispersion losses are less in case of a laser compared to LED. But so all these, if you see, are the advantages. Okay, so you will think, okay, laser hi lete, that is the best solution. But the cost of a laser is much higher compared to an LED. So if you cannot invest that much on your source, then you have to go with the LED, even though you have all these higher benefits. But you know, all these telecom companies, they are quite rich. Okay, so they can afford a laser. जब इतना ही खर्चा कर रहे हैं, पूरा सिस्टम नया डाल रहे हैं, okay, fiber systems. Okay, so why then we compensate on the cost of just of the source? Okay, not only laser diode is more expensive. So one of the disadvantage of laser, when you see this, a question also comes, compare LED and laser. Okay, so lasers are more expensive than LED. The second disadvantage is the laser transmitter circuitry is more complex. Okay, so when I'm designing, I'm using laser as a source. So all the drive circuit, biasing circuit, again, which I have, again, the circuitry is complex. But we have efficient engineers like you who works in Jio and all, Vodafone, Airtel. So you know how to design a complex circuitry. Okay, and also temperature and aging problem, those things are there, but that can be handled. Okay, so these are something about your selecting the source. I'll continue. Then comes, how do I select the fiber? So bit rate and distance are the two major aspects while you are selecting the fiber. Okay, other factors are attenuation loss, wo fiber ka kitna hai, distance, bandwidth, product, BL product, okay, cost of the connector, splicing, etc. All these things matter when you are selecting the fiber. So once all these are decided, bit rate kya hai, distance kya rahega, to lay down the fiber, then you decide whether you want to go with a multi-mode or a single mode fiber. If your distance is small, you go for a multi-mode fiber. If the distance is long, you go for a single mode fiber, step index or graded index fiber. Okay, see all these things which I am telling you now, the same thing is asked in Jio, Vodafone, Airtel companies. Just immediate your last year seniors, three of them, Shruti, Vincent D'Souza, and one more, message me. All one, एक का Vodafone में है, एक का Jio में है, एक का Airtel में है. All three in three different companies. They have asked from their friends. I think they applied off campus, and they are asking me, ma'am, abhi fiber में कौन सा topic पढ़े? Okay, so while I taught them, they did not pay attention. But now, again, the same thing I am telling. I typed yesterday. I was out. I was typing all the questions. Day before I gave, Friday I gave it to Shruti. Yesterday I gave it to two students. They are having their interviews today. Okay, one in Vodafone, one in Airtel. Okay, so same thing, they are asking about fiber. So once it is taught, that time you don't pay attention. And you want to work in telecom field, so this is the sub. Fiber is everywhere now. Okay, we are not launching satellite or having satellite everywhere. Okay, so all telecom companies are laying down fiber. Even in our society now, the broadband connections we are getting, instead of a Wi-Fi routers and all, we are directly getting the Jio fiber coming. Okay, so very fast communication. So you need to, this subject is actually, once you go out and work in the telecom world, apart from IT comms, this is the subject. So once it is taught, at least some basics you should be knowing about it. Now this is the design, the simplest design. Okay, many labelings are there, but since we said that system design, it is point to point. Matlab, I have a transmitter, I have a receiver, and in between I have the fiber cable. So all our derivations, all our benchmark will be with respect to this particular diagram, which is from your book. Okay, so here I have the optical source. Here I have the photo detector. Okay, and here is your fiber. Okay, so in fiber, you know, we just manufacture 3 to 4 kilometers. So we have the splices. Every splice will contribute a splicing loss. So here LSP is there, means it is the loss component due to one particular splice. Suppose if not a splice, I have a connector. So here an optional. So every problem that will be given to you will be of a different kind, and accordingly you will draw your particular diagram. A rough diagram you need to draw. In book, such diagrams won't be there for a problem, but this is the baseline. देखो यहाँ पे connector optional है. So in some of the problem they can say there is one connector over here, one connector over here. So accordingly you will draw your particular diagram. No need to draw very nicely a source, ऐसे सब LED नहीं बनाना पड़ेगा. Just make a block. This is the transmitter, this is the source. Okay, so connector, once the connector is there, again there will be loss due to connector. Splicing loss होगा. This is my optical fiber. So cable loss will take place, the attenuation loss. So alpha F fiber cable. Now, when I am connecting the source, that is from transmitter is connected to the fiber. So I have a connector present over here. यहाँ पे source है. Okay, so this source, the light has to be coupled to the fiber. So I have to use a connector. Okay, so again, that connector will cause some loss. Okay, so these are the minimum configurations which will be there. Then here, from the optical fiber, when I connect the photo detector, okay, so this point is actually called the fiber flylead. Okay, so fiber flylead will be there at both the ends. At one end, I connect the source. At one end, I connect the detector. So I will have a connector present over here also. Okay, so some situation they might give, there is a jumper cable present. So accordingly, आप वैसा jumper cable बना देना. And then again, there will be loss here, loss here, and the loss in the jumper cable. So all those components you need to subtract. Remember, जैसे घर पे 10,000 on rent, 10,000 on food bill, 5 on traveling expense, 5 on the electricity, light, gas bill. So what you do, those loss components, you keep on selecting, you keep on deducting from the transmitted or from your annual income. So here I have transmitted power. So transmitted power इधर है, फिर यहाँ पे loss हुआ, इधर loss हुआ, इधर loss हुआ, चारों जगह पे loss हुआ. So you keep on subtracting all these loss, and then you have the receiver power. So okay, after traveling and you dedicate to all these losses, you get the receiver power. To this receiver power, remember, I have to keep a power margin when I am actually designing. So in some numerical, they will tell you to calculate the power margin. So what you have to do, very simple, from the PT, you will keep on subtracting all, और फिर देखो क्या बच जाता है. So that is your power margin. In some question, they will give you the power margin and they might tell you calculate the PT, or they might tell you what will be the length of the fiber cable if power margin is this, PT is this, PR is this. Okay, so this is the situation which will be present in all your numericals. Okay, so the optical power received at the photodetector depends on the amount of light coupled into the fiber and the losses occurring in the fiber and at the connectors and splices. So how do I calculate the link loss budget, link power budget? It is derived from sequential loss contribution of each element in the link. So PT में से तुमको you pick up one component, जैसे splicing लिया तो subtract the splicing loss, connector liya, subtract the connector loss at the receiver, subtract the connector loss at the transmitter. Okay, cable loss you subtract. If any other loss is mentioned due to temperature fluctuation, so keep on subtracting, and then you reach at the receiver end. So it is you keep on subtracting the sequential loss contribution of each element in the link. Okay, so once we will do the numerical, it will be clear. So you have to make a standard table and write the parameters and keep on doing that. Okay, so how do I calculate? So now we will start with the link power budget. I hope you have your papers ready. So loss, as you know, we have calculated attenuation loss. So uska formula wahi hai, 10 log 10 P out by P in. Okay, so P in and P out are the optical powers emanating into and out of the loss element respectively. So we don't have actually a different formula. हमारे पास वो attenuation वाला formula ही है. So alpha is equal to 10 log P out upon P in. Okay, so this is the formula. Now here we are not calling attenuation loss. We are calling it as loss. Okay, so the formula remains the same. In addition to link loss contribution, a link power margin, so this is, I had already explained, is normally provided in the analysis to allow for component aging, temperature fluctuation, and losses arising from components that might be added at future dates. So this is something you have to remember. A link margin of 6 to 8 dB is generally used for systems that are not expected to have additional components incorporated into the link. Okay, so When you are calculating the link power budget, remember your answer should fall between 6 to 8 dB, because that is a proper design that is considered. So in any system, when you're calculating the power, we should keep an extra power of 6 to 8 dB. Okay. So how do I actually coming back to the same diagram? So the link loss budget simply considers the total optical power loss PT that is allowed between the light source and the photodetector, and that loss is allocated to cable, attenuation, connector, splice, system margin. So if PS is the optical power emerging from the end of fiber flylet, okay, attached to the light source, and if PR is the receiver sensitivity, okay, so what is PT? PT is equal to PS minus PR. Please write down if you want to draw. I don't know you are drawing or not. So, but since you want to write the formula, you should know this. So at least you draw some block. यहाँ पे ऐसा एक block बना लो. Okay, ऐसा एक fiber बना लो. यहाँ पे ऐसा एक block बना लो. Please do it. Okay, and here you can put some connectors randomly. So this is the simplest design that you can do. Okay, so here I have the receiver sensitivity PR. Okay, then I have PS, the power emanating from the source. So please write down PS. What is PS? What is PR? Because in the question, when it is given, you don't know kya bola hai. Receiver sensitivity, if it is told. Okay, so it is the receiver power. So PR. PS, source power, or you can say PS is the optical power emerging from the end of fiber flylet. This is your fiber flylet. So all these terms should be familiar to you. So if considering PS as the power from the source, PR the receiver sensitivity. So what is PT? Write down PT is equal to PS minus PR. So the total optical power loss, PT is the power loss. So PS is the power from the source, PR is the receiver power, or you call it as the optical sensitivity. So your total power loss, source में power है, output में power है, तो बाकी का power कहाँ पे है, loss हो गया. So I am calculating that loss. So PT is equal to PS minus PR. And if I see this particular diagram, okay, so where is that total loss going? तो यहाँ पे लिखा है 2LC. Why 2LC? Here I had one connector, here I had one connector. Okay, so your total loss was going into this two connector. So यहाँ पे 2LC plus the cable loss. So cable loss is alpha FL. So यहाँ पे cable loss mentioned है alpha FL. So you know dB per kilometer. Okay, so alpha F will vary according to the length of the fiber. So though connector loss, so that makes me 2LC. Then the cable loss, which is alpha FL, and the splicing loss. तो ये सारे splicing loss add कर देंगे, LSP, 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 जितने सारे splices है, every splice will contribute to the loss. So I add the splice. See, this is the formula with respect to the current diagram which I have shown. For every numerical that we will do right now, the situation will be different. Okay, so PT you will calculate, but this portion will vary. Okay, but almost little bit same here and there. So two connector loss, the cable loss, the splicing loss, plus as we know, we have been saying from the beginning, I should keep a system margin. Okay, so please write down this formula. I hope you are writing, because I am teaching a mute audience, so I am not knowing whether you are doing at your end or not. Once you have finished drawing, tell me. Finished? Yes or no? Finished writing this formula? Remember, we will have to do a practical on the system margin calculation. So those calculations will be there with you. And I'll give that coding, Scilab coding, so you can do it at home. Finished? Yes or no? Shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Rice time budget I'll do once I finish the link budget. So this is the first problem. So I have copied the question. I am not dictating, but you should be writing the question at your end, because as I mentioned, there are only 3-4 numericals which are getting circulated. So something will come from this only. So the first problem of link, we'll do 3 problems. One of them I will give in the practical. Okay, so a 1550 nanometer single mode digital fiber link. So the question actually is a descriptive one and it looks very big, but the solution is small. Okay, a 1550 nanometer single mode digital fiber optical link needs to operate at 622 Mbps over 80 kilometers without amplifier. A single mode gallium arsenide laser launches an average optical power of 13 dBm into the fiber. Please write down the question. That is what I will expect from you. The fiber, so these are the things that are mentioned. Okay, so laser ka optical power jo hai, so 13 dBm is given. So what is this, PS, PT or PR? Students? PS है, PT है या PR है? This 13 dBm.
Yes.
PS, yes. So the power given from the source. So it is PS, which is 13 dBm given. Then the fiber has a loss of 0.35 dB per kilometer. So this is the alpha F which is given to you. And alpha F, it is dB per kilometer. So the length is specified over here. So L idhar pe hai. Please write down the question. Otherwise, once you write, you know what things are there. Then we say that there is splices with a loss of 0.1 dB per kilometer. So I have 80 kilometer. Can you tell me how many number of splices will be there? This we have already done. The length of the fiber is 80 kilometer. We have splices after every kilometer. So how many splices will be there? हर एक किलोमीटर के बाद अगर एक स्प्लाइस है एंड 80 किलोमीटर का फाइबर है, हाउ मेनी स्प्लाइसेस विल बी देयर? Yes. Come on, we have done this.
80, right?
80. How 80? See, यहाँ पे I have total length 80 kilometer. After every 1 kilometer, we have splice.
79.
हाँ, तो यहाँ पे एक 1, this is 2, this is the third splice. Okay. And so on. Suppose this is the 79th splice. Just see the one who said 80. I did not check the participants. I did not get a display who said. तो ये मेरा 79th splice है and the last 1 kilometer. Okay, so when I reach over here, यहाँ पे 80 kilometer हो गया. Okay, so when I reach 80 kilometer, will I have a splice over here? No, I will have a connector where I will have the receiver. So the number of splice, it will be always one less because see, I will start a splice after 1 kilometer and at the last point, I don't have a splice. There I have a connector to connect the receiver. Okay, so there will be 79 splice. So one less than the actual kilometer. Many times they say that there is a splice after every 2 kilometer. Okay, so different problems will give you a different situation. So I am calculating the loss component. देखो घर के बजट में क्या किया था, यहाँ पे मेरा gross income था. And then we were subtracting the expenditure. That is how we did the budget of our home. Now what we will do, we will be subtracting all these loss components. So जो PT है वो यहाँ पे present है question में. So fiber loss alpha F. So alpha F into L करना पड़ेगा मुझे because it is dB per kilometer. So I will get the loss due to the fiber cable. Then if I want to calculate splicing loss, so 0.1 dB into 79 splice. So that will give you the splicing loss. Okay, then what I have is coupling loss at the receiver. Okay, so 0.5 dB. Okay, so they have mentioned that there is coupling loss only at the receiver. They have not mentioned coupling loss at the transmitter end. देखो, so don't take it both the side. की side भी जो होगा उस side भी वो होगा. अगर होना होगा तो they would have mentioned. So there is a coupling loss at the receiver. So another 0.5 dB you will subtract. Then the receiver uses an indium gallium arsenide APD with a sensitivity of minus 31 dBm. So यहाँ पे your PR is given. So you have your PS, you have your PR. So you get your PT. PT is your PS minus your PR. So this PT is then allocated to all these losses. Then in the next point they have written excess noise penalties are expected to be 1.5 dB. So noise के वजह से extra loss है. Okay. So again I will subtract 1.5 dB from PT. So then what they have asked us is set up an optical power budget for this link and find the system margin. So this is the question. Please write down the question in whatever way you want to write, but each and every word is important. As we will be solving, you will see that many confusions will come, provided if you are actually paying attention. We will now start solving how you will solve, how you will tabulate things. We have to solve it in the form of a table. So in the next slide, I have kept a table. Okay, so there I will enter the parameters. So once I am into that slide, I cannot show you this particular problem. Okay, so for that it is important, and I said each and every word little bit change here and there. So it is better you write down this problem right now in your notebook. Finished with the question? All of you? Say yes or no. Okay. You have finished with the question, all of you? Say yes or no, Baba.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, how will you solve this particular problem? So I am into the slide mode. So we have a table. Okay. So right now you can just draw these two lines. Okay. The making three columns, and then you have the lines of your notebook, provided you are using a ruled book. So what you will write here is, I am typing it out. You will write the component. So there can be many fields. So either some component is there or some loss parameters are mentioned. So component is your source LED, or you have seen the previous numerical, all those loss components are there. So the first column, the heading, please give component or loss parameter. Then the second column heading, you give the heading as sensitivity or the output, or it can be loss, anything that is mentioned. So component or loss parameter, sensitivity hai, output hai, ya loss hai. All the three we will list over here. And this side, finally, the answer which I will get over here is giving me power margin, because see, in the question they had told us calculate the system margin, that is the power margin. So please write down this table. So you have component or the loss parameter in the first column, then you have sensitivity, output or loss. All of them you have to list it like this, and then here in this column you have power margin. Okay. Once you finish writing this, just tell me. Finished? Finished writing the parameters in the table? Rameshwar, Dhanashri, are you there? Bhavesh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
You have finished writing?
Doing.
Okay, now read the question again. I am just showing you the question. A 1550 nanometer single mode fiber operates at so and so wavelength over 80 kilometers without amplifier. Then the very first information of the I have about the power is a single mode GaAs laser launches an average optical power of 13 dBm. Okay, so GaAs laser, I am taking this word from the question. So GaAs laser, you have to write it at your end, output. Okay, so that is my PS whatever from the question, first I will enter the data. And how much power is mentioned? 13 dBm. Okay, power margin, you keep it blank. Right now, I'm just entering the data. Okay, so GAAS laser output PS is 13 dBm. Then what entry I will do is, I will do this. Because first I need to calculate PT. Okay, so then I have the receiver sensitivity. So the second input parameter I am considering is the indium gallium arsenide APD sensitivity. Okay, so which I call it as the PR. Okay, so that is given as minus 31 dBm. Okay, power margin, nothing. I'm just entering the data. So here I included the component laser. In the second one, I included the component receiver. So these two, so PS and PR are there. So 13 dBm. So now I need to calculate PT. From this two, the very first thing I get is PT. So what I will do is allowed loss. So how much loss is allowed? That I will calculate. So that is my P. Okay, you just put a subscript. So PT is your PS minus your PR. PS minus PR. Okay, so 13 minus 13, I'm just writing dBm minus of minus 31 dBm. So that will give you how much? Tell me. So I have the first PS 13 dBm, PR minus 31 dBm. So the allowed loss PT is the total allowed loss, which is PS minus PR. So that is how much coming out to be 13 minus of minus 31 dBm. That is the first calculation I'm doing. So how much it will be? Can you tell me? It is 13 plus 31. Kitna hota hai?
44.
44. So here now I will make my first entry 44. Now tell me the unit. What will be this? dB likho ya dBm likho? That is what I am expecting. Tell me. What will I write? dBm or dB? Don't think that madam does not know.
DBM में होगा.
Huh?
DBM में होगा.
Q? What is dBm? What do you mean by dBm? When I say laser output power is 13 dBm. Receiver का power or receiver's power नहीं बोलते, output नहीं बोलते. We call it as receiver sensitivity. I say dBm. What does dB and dBm means? See how usually see students understand this point. When I say na ki power dB में है, okay, so how do I dB? There is actually no such it is a unitless parameter dB. So how do I calculate dB? Suppose gain I calculate in dB. Okay, so what I say is 10 log 10 to the base 10 P out upon P in. That is how I calculate. I just write if you are not understanding. So suppose if I'm calculating the gain, so what I'd say is 10 log to the base 10. Okay, and then I see I had the power. Okay, it will be in milliwatts or microwatts or whatever in some watts, and then I have P in also in the unit is watt. And then when I find out gain in dB, what I do, how I find out gain in dB is 10 log 10. That is how we do to convert it into decibel. and then I find the answer in dB. Okay, so this is your normal gain. So what you had a power, output power, and you had an input power. Now when I'm talking of the laser output, do I have an input power and output power? Similarly, when I talk about the receiver sensitivity, it is the output of the receiver. Okay, there also, do I have an input power and output power? I don't have. So when I am commenting ki the laser output is 13 dBm, remember dB is always, I'm calculating one with respect to the other, P0 with respect to Pin. But when I'm talking of an individual component ka power, output power ya component ka sensitivity, there has to be some reference measurement. Without Pin, I cannot get dB. Okay, so when I say dBm, okay, so the reference power is when I'm measuring, ye agar laser ka power hai, it is always measured with respect to 1 milliwatt. Okay, so this is the case which has happened over here. So when I say laser output in dBm, so my reference measurement, wo jo 13 hai, my reference measurement was with respect to 1 milliwatt. So that's why I wrote dBm. Similarly, when my receiver sensitivity, I'm writing it as minus 13 dBm. Okay, this reference measurement again was with respect to 1 milliwatt. Okay, but actually my power output is in terms of dB. So when I am actually subtracting this dBm minus dBm, ye m kahin pe wo unit aata nahi hai. This m is indicating here in this case that the reference measurement was respect to 1 milliwatt. Now in both the case the reference was same. dBm yahan pe bhi hai, dBm yahan pe bhi hai. Now when I am subtracting this, what I will have is, I will have 44, not dBm. Now I am not having an individual reference measurement. Now I have both the output of one, output of the second. And when I'm subtracting this, here it will be, I come to the normal mode. So here, this will be dB. So please remember this. Okay, so यहाँ पे dBm मत डालो because this dBm here was indicating the reference measurement. Okay, so 13 dBm minus 31 dBm is giving you 44 dB. So this you have to remember. Okay, so I now have the allowed loss. So from now, this PT, I will keep on subtracting all the losses that are mentioned over here. So if you just see the question first, the fiber has a loss of 0.5 dB per kilometer. Okay, so first component I include as fiber loss. Just a question diya hua hai, I am including that. So fiber loss, which is mentioned as how much? I just copy 0.5 dB per kilometer and I have 80 kilometers. So here I just paste it and then I multiply it by 80 kilometer. So how much I get? Just see. 0.35 dB per kilometer into 80 kilometer. How much it comes? Just calculate quickly. कितना आता है? .35 into 80, how much you are getting? Kilometer cancel हो गया. So how much you are
28.
28. I have 28 dB. So now what you will do in this column is you will keep on subtracting from this one. Okay, so ये मेरा allowed loss है. Okay, so from that allowed loss you will keep on subtracting. So for your reference sake, I am just writing so that you understand, or those who are seeing the recording later on, minus 28. But in other words, you can directly subtract 44 from 28 and tell me what answer you will get over here. 44 minus 28 is how much?
16.
How much?
16.
16 dB. Okay, so I'll write 16 dB. So I have subtracted the first loss component. Okay, then I again go back to the question. Splices with a loss of 0.1 dB per kilometer. So I write the second. See, यहाँ पे component मैंने ले लिया. Now I'm including the loss parameters. So I write down the splicing loss. So splicing loss is 0.1 into, I have decided now there are 79 splices. Okay, so 79. So how much is that one? 7.9 dB. Okay, so my splicing loss comes out to be 0.1 dB per kilometer, and into 79, no, so 0.1 dB is the splice loss into 79. So here I just write down dB into 79 splices are there, so 7.9 dB. So again I subtract this. So 16 minus 7.9 कितना हुआ? How much did you get? 16 minus 7.9. Tell me.
8.1.
8.1. So 8.1 dB. What else is left? I have the coupling loss at the receiver. So I just pick up coupling loss at the receiver. So coupling loss at the receiver, again, it's only, and see here students, many times they do a mistake. They will try to subtract a receiver mein coupling loss hoga, to you cannot argue with the question. Whatever is mentioned, you consider that. So 8.1 minus 0.5.
So 7.6.
So 7.6. Anything else is left? Read the question. Any other loss parameter is left? Just read it and add, subtract that. I'll just come in a while. Yes, any other parameter that is left from this problem? You subtracted fiber loss, splice loss, coupling loss, any other parameters that is contributing to loss? Yes, this is the question in front of you. Yes, anybody? Any other loss component is left? Suraj, Nilesh, Rahul, Amit.
Noise.
Noise, yes. So excess noise penalties, these are left. This is the only one which is left. So excess noise penalty, control V. So how much it is? 1.5 dB. So 1.5 dB is the loss due to noise component. So I include this, and again I subtract. See, in exam, no need for you to show this subtraction. This is just first problem for your understanding. So यहाँ पे 44 लिखो, यहाँ पे जो भी आया in this table, you just directly enter 16. If you want to do it, no problem. So that there is no chance of mistake. 7.6. But if you are blindly copying it from your friend's answer, then I cannot help. Okay, so again you subtract 7.6 minus 1.5. So that gives you 6.1 dB. So in the question, they told us set up an optical power budget for this link and find the system margin. So we have found the system margin. So here after this, you can add one table and you can write over here system margin is coming to be 6.1, and my answer is right because my range is 6 to 8 dB. So this is the system margin of the system of this particular fiber optics system. Okay, so this is your answer. Now apart from this, so it will be a 10 marks question. So along with this, what you try to do is you try to draw a diagram. That will be a better one. So here you have the transmitter, here you have the receiver. Okay, so draw nicely at your end. Nicely matlab straight. I am not able to draw straight due to technical issues. So transmitter है, receiver है. क्या दिया हुआ था तुम लोगों को? PS दिया हुआ सर. So enter the value of PS because if you want to get full marks, you need to draw it. यहाँ पे receiver sensitivity PR दिया हुआ था. Okay, then mention length 80 kilometers. So that L as 80, you mention L as 80. So mention L as 80. After every kilometer, there is a splice. Okay, dot 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 dalo and show this as splice number 79. Sorry, 79. This is splice number 1. Please write it nicely. I'm not getting space to write properly. Okay, so splice number 1, splice number 2. यहाँ पे केबल लॉस अल्फा एफ दिखाओ, स्प्लाइसिंग लॉस यहाँ पे दिखाओ. Okay, noise penalty you just mention it somewhere, and there is a connector at the receiver. यहाँ पे लिखा है ना coupling loss at the receiver. So यहाँ पे coupler दिखाओ, ऐसा है कुछ तो एक symbol करो and just show coupler coupling loss. तो यहाँ पे कैसा coupling loss कुछ indicate करो. It need not be a very fancy diagram like the one which is given in your theory, but you show this. So you have PS, please write down the value of PS. You have PR, PT, you can write PT is already over there. PT is PS minus PR. Length L 80 kilometers. So show splice after every 1 kilometer. Okay, L 79 splice, cable loss, alpha F, connector loss. So this is the current situation that is given in this particular problem. In some other problem, the situation might be different. So is this problem clear of system margin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's like pretty easy. Once you finish, I'll give you the next one. Okay, so I'll project the. I hope this is clear. I only one of the girls said yes, so I'm assuming that yes for everybody. Okay, so this is how I see. I had the problem with me. Still, I typed it out. ये देखो पूरा था. ये मेरे notes से ही मैंने copy किया है. Okay, but still I typed it. Okay, I would have directly shown ye likho, but then that feel of doing one step after the other would not have come. So if I could do it, you should also be able to do it at your end. Okay, so this is how the power budget looks. Now write down the second question. And make a table, start doing it, then I will see what you are getting. So consider a 1550 nanometer laser diode that launched a 3 dBm optical power level into a fiber flylead. Okay, so PS is mentioned over here. An indium gallium arsenide APD with a minus 32 dBm sensitivity at 2.5 gigabits per second. So this is the PR that is given to you. And a 60 kilometer long optical cable. So here L is 60 with 0.3 dB per kilometer at inversion. So the cable loss here is 0.3. Okay, alpha F is over here. Now assume here, because of the way the equipment is arranged, a short optical jumper cable is needed at each end between the end of transmission cable and the SONET equipment rack. Okay. Assume that each jumper cable introduces a loss of 3 dB. In addition, assume a 1 dB connector loss that occurs at each fiber joint because of the jumper cable. The question is, calculate the system margin. Now, if you have doubt in the way the connection is there, so again, we have the transmitter block. You can write down the question. We have the receiver block. Meanwhile, I'll draw this diagram, and the fiber cable is there, 60 kilometer length. Now here the sentence, assume that because of the way the equipment is arranged, a short jumper cable is needed at each end between the end of transmission cable and the SONET equipment. Each end पे ये है. So suppose I have यहाँ पे transmission cable है और this is my fiber. So there is a jumper cable that is present over here. Here also that a jumper cable is present at each end, it is given. So ये jumper cable यहाँ पे connected है. Each jumper cable is introducing a loss of 3 dB. मतलब ये भी loss of -3 I am writing. dB you please write at your end. This jumper cable is also giving a loss of 3 dB. In addition, और क्या दिया हुआ है? Jumper cable introduces a loss of 3 dB. In addition, assume a 1 dB connector loss at each fiber end. Okay, 2 at each end because of the jumper cable. So यहाँ पे these are 2 connector loss अगर मुझे लेना है, so I have 2 connector loss. So यहाँ पे connector, ये जो first वाला connector है, it is giving me a loss of 1 dB. This connector 2 at each end. So यहाँ पे 2 connector है, यहाँ पे 2 connector है. Okay, so 2 connectors are there. So this 1 dB loss at each end, and then you have यहाँ पे splicing दिया हुआ है क्या? Just see the question, is splicing there? Yes, students, splicing का कुछ mentioned है question में?
No, ma'am.
No, so no need to draw. Okay, so here they have mentioned a jumper cable between 2 connectors, and at both ends it is repeated. So each connector, so 2 connectors at the transmitter end, 2 connectors at the receiver end. So 1 dB, 1 dB, 1 dB, 1 dB, and 3 dB loss is introduced by the jumper. And the length of the fiber cable is 60. Okay, so this is the length of the fiber cable, and the cable loss which is given is 0.3 dB per kilometer. So यहाँ पे alpha F is given as 0.3 dB. Okay, so rest nothing, splicing loss and all, these all are not mentioned. So from every point, numerical will have a different way of asking. Tomorrow we will be doing the one which is for your practical, and then you can code it at your end. So the coding part you can finish it, because see, otherwise I won't be able to finish the theory part, because just 2 hours you are coding and I am waiting. You can code that once I give the problem student, you can code that at your free end. And in the like today lab hours, I'm taking the lecture, so the remaining 2 is official lecture, so I can finish the portion. Okay, so I just require 2 more to finish the 6th chapter, and then I can start with the 3rd and 4th chapter. Okay, so now PS, again, make that table, all of you, and start calculating. PS is given, PR is given, calculate PT, and from PT subtract all this, and then please write down over here, calculate the system margin. The question, what is the question? So calculate the system margin and see how much system margin you are getting. Do it fast. I'll end up after this example. Yes, Nilesh, your answer is right. I'm now not going to type. I'll just project the answer. So Nilesh has already calculated. I'll just please draw this diagram in whatever better way you can draw to get full 10 marks for this particular question. Last time rice time budget ka question tha. It was a random thing actually. One of us had put rice time. 2 of us had put link budget, and one got selected. So ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि last time ये आया था तो इस time आएगा, but link budget या rice time budget में से एक problem तो रहेगा ही. So you know, in this today's lecture and tomorrow's lecture, any one similar kind of problem, okay, they will ask you. So 10 marks question is fixed, you know, for your subjective part. So you can relax. So I am not typing in this particular block, just see the solution. So again, I have the component or the loss parameter, output, sensitivity loss. Please name all these things, don't be lazy. Output power, power margin, I'm calculating in dB. So laser output 3 dBm, APD sensitivity at 2.5. See, we are mentioning the data rate, everything, but we are not actually using it in calculation because we are using the power budgeting. So I'm only concerned with the power level. So receiver sensitivity, here you can write down PS, PR. Okay, so all these things you can write it down, minus 32 dBm. Then comes your allowed loss. So allowed loss is PT. So you write it down. This is my PR, the receiver sensitivity, and this is my PS. Okay. So 3 minus of minus 32, so that is 35. Again, it is dB, so I'm not writing dB constantly over here. So it is dB. Remember, these two always will be in terms of dBm, because when I say the source output, how I am telling the source output? So there has to be some reference. So the reference is with respect to 1 millivolt. So uske liye ye M yahan pe aaya. Okay, then what they have done, see this part, it is up to you how you write. Suppose I write jumper connector at the transmitter. So, and then I write 3 dB. Jumper connector at the receiver 3 dB. So 3 dB I subtract. Then I can say connector loss. So they have mentioned 2 connector at the transmitter. So I can take 2 together over here. And then I can take 2 together. See how they have written is jumper plus 1 connector, 3 plus 1 इन्होंने यहाँ पे लिया है, and यहाँ पे इन्होंने 1 अलग से लिया है. So actually if you see the diagram, it was 3 plus 1 plus 1, 5. So it is up to you how you write it. But at least see everything is included. तुमको सिर्फ 2 connector लिखना है या individual एक connector का लेके you want to increase your rows, it is up to you. Or you want to combine jumper plus 2 connector at the transmitter, jumper plus 2 connector at the receiver, and then directly you can write 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2. So 5 dB, 5 dB. Okay, so this is how you want to take. Okay, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि question जो point पहला loss दिया हुआ है that you subtract. Okay, like usually I have the habit of subtracting first the cable loss because वो तो रहेगा ही in any situation. The fiber cable loss will be there, so that you can calculate first. Okay, and then subtract it. Okay, so cable loss into 60 karna hai, so that comes out to be 18 dB. So you can elaborate the steps over here, and every time I am subtracting, so that subtraction need not be shown. And then when you come to the final table, so you have 7 dB. So 7 dB is your final power margin. Okay, so you write the answer separately. So it is the correct answer. It is falling between 6 to 8 dB. So this is your power margin of the system. So the problems are very simple. It will be this tabular kind. Only you need to identify kya loss mujhe ek ke baad subtract karna hai. So these are the two variations. Okay, little bit here and there they will change. The scenario they will change because see, whatever scenario they change, they have to keep the power margin to from 6 to 8 dB. Okay, अगर 15 dB, 3.5 dB, 2 dB ऐसा final answer आया, means somewhere you have done mistake in understanding what the question is, and वो subtraction कहीं पे गलत हो गया. Okay, so is this problem clear, all of you? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to me to end, or shall I take the problem of the lab so that you can start your coding part? Yes or no? Because I am going to give you two lecture attendance today. So shall I take up the next one? So I by 1:15 it is the time. So by 2:30 it will be over. Okay, so let us see the problem which is there in the lab. So this is the third problem which is there in the book, and this I have taken it for the practical coding purpose. So what we are supposed to do, set up a link loss budget. The data rate is 20 Mbps and a BER of 10 raised to -9. Okay, so some information are there, but don't worry, since we are doing the power budgeting, ये सारा data हमें matter नहीं करेगा. Okay, the receiver has a silicon pin photodiode operating at 850 nanometer. Okay, the required receiver input signal is -42 dBm. So this is the receiver sensitivity which is mentioned. At the input, we have gallium aluminum arsenide LED that can couple a 50 microwatt or -13 dBm average optical power into a fiber fly lead with a 50 micrometer core diameter. So many specifications are given about the fiber. So my takeaway is -42 dBm receiver sensitivity, PS, that is the power output from the laser, -13 dBm. Assume further that a 1 dB loss occurs when the fiber fly lead is connected to the cable, and another 1 dB loss occurs at the cable photodetector. Okay, so 1 dB loss in there, 1 dB loss in there. Now here, see in the question, they have given a system margin, including a 6 dBm system margin. What we are supposed to calculate in this particular problem is the possible transmission distance L, capital L of the cable with an attenuation of alpha f, which is equal to 3.5 dB per kilometer. Now in this particular problem, since we are not calculating the power margin, तो वो tabular form में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. What you can do is you simply write PS, you write PR, PT. Okay, so from PT what you have PT is the allowed loss. So ये 2 dB loss already है. System margin is already there. Now what you need to calculate is the attenuation. So if you see this standard formula which I had shown you, so PT तुम्हें मिल जाएगा. Okay, 2 connectors are there, connector loss है. There is no splicing mentioned, तो ये part चला जाएगा. System margin दिया हुआ है, alpha f भी दिया हुआ है. So PT है, LC है, alpha f है, system margin है. Splicing is not mentioned in the question. So you directly get the length of the fiber cable. Okay, so just you are utilizing this formula and you are able to calculate. I hope you have understood what the problem is trying to say. So calculate alpha f. Anybody? So we have PT, which is PS minus PR. So if you calculate PS minus PR, you have 29 dB. So 29 dB is my allowed loss. Okay. No, Nilesh, 63 कहाँ से आया? Then this allowed loss is given to 2LC plus alpha F. Splicing loss नहीं है, plus system margin. So I have in the question 2 connector loss 1 dB each. So 2 into 1 dB plus alpha FL plus 6 dB. System margin 6 dB दिया हुआ है. So 29 में से 6 और 2 subtract करो and divide by alpha. Alpha is given in the question as 3.5 dB per kilometer. So you get your capital L as 6 dB. Just see if you are getting. Yes, only one person is writing in the chat box. 6 kilometers. All of you, are you getting 6 kilometers? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Breaking my head. Now see what in simulation to ye easy hai. You will subtract all these things and you will get the answer. What actually is the challenge in this particular problem is you have to draw this graph. This is the graph which is there in the book also. So see here we have distance per kilometer and on this side you have power level which is given in dBm and you can use different colors. Okay, so what you have is you have the power from the LED, then 1 dB connector loss, तो फिर cable power loss हुआ. Then here you have the receiver sensitivity, okay, और वापस से 1 dB connector loss है. So you come over here. So from here to here, ये है source side and this is the receiver side. Okay, what happens is we don't have any other thing. So I have the cable loss which is decreasing and my cable length from calculation I got as 6. So yahan pe this is how it is decreasing. Attenuation, it is decreasing. So okay. So system margin which is given as 6 dB. So from here to here is the system margin of 6 dB. So ye jo pura scenario hai, okay. The scenario is there now. Once I tell you from the question, you from the answers that you are getting, you draw this graph. Okay. So in exam, you might have to draw this graph, but this graph you have to draw now in Scilab. Okay, so you use all these colors. So I hope the graph is clear. ये distance है, transmission distance. Okay, with transmission distance, your losses are increasing. Okay, loss increase हो गया, but then with that loss, I should have a system margin of 6 dB. So that 6 dB is present over here. Receiver sensitivity इधर है, PS इधर है, cable loss, connector loss 1 dB over here, connector loss 1 dB over here. So this graph is something which you will have to do it. Okay. So the question, I think the practical is already uploaded on the Moodle. I will just check it after your I end this lecture. So this is what you will be doing it. So this is the graph that you should be getting it. So the graph is there in my notes. Okay, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. I think it is there in the theory also. So this is what you will be plotting. So ये एक practical है जो तुम्हें करना है. ये week का नहीं था, ये next week का था, but that also I am taking it. So I will consider that ये practical का coding तुम लोग कर लोगे. And can you tell me what we did last time in the practical? If anybody remembers.